Boys and Girls Regional Pairing Show.
Welcome into the 2016 High School Basketball Regional Pairing Show, where we will look at the region tournament brackets from regions 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16.
And in doing so, we will hear from some of the coaches about the matchups as well.
So why don't we go ahead and just get started. Let's look at that first full screen. We head to Corbin, to the arena where the girls 13 region tournament will get underway. And for the third region tournament in a row, head coach Jason McDaniel and the Corbin Lady Redhounds get the tournament started, playing the first game on the first night. They'll be taking on the 49th District runner-up North Laurel. The Lady Jags lost a heartbreaker in overtime in the 49th District final to Clay County, but Coach McDaniel knows North is still a huge threat.
North has an outstanding ball club. They got one of the top players in the state in Caleb Boomer. They've been tops of the region all year long. But I think one thing the district tournaments have shown, anybody can beat anyone. You know, we've overcome some injuries this year. I feel like our basketball team is playing really well and we can compete against anybody. I don't feel there was a good draw in this tournament.
Well, you're always going to have a very tough opponent no matter who it is. I think we do match up pretty well with Corbin. You're not going to get anybody that you want, so there's nobody that's a good opponent for you. But we have played them, we're familiar with them. So as far as anyone that's up there, you got to win, and you're trying to get 3 straight games, and it's going to be hard no matter what.
Game 2 from the first night at the arena features the 52nd District champion HARLAN and the 51st District runner-up Knox Central. Confidence is running high for the Green Dragons as they are entering the region tourney as district champs rather than runner-up. On the opposite side of that, the Lady Panthers are ready to bounce back after what Coach Wendy Hammonds called a disappointing ending in the district championship game to Pineville.
Well, losing like that, I mean, you know, we played Pineville twice during the year and played them close, beat them the first time, but, you know, it's a very good team. So, you know, we're a little down, but no doubt we'll be fine. It's a tough to draw, you know, very good basketball team. They have a lot. They have 2 or 3. I mean, their whole team just stopped. So you got to come out. You got to be ready to play.
Well, I mean, this is our first year coming in here as a district champion. The last 2 years we came in district runner-up, so I think we're confident. But like I told you, man, everybody's 0-0 again going into this tournament. So we don't want to be too confident, but we are confident.
Night number 2 of the girls tournament gets started at 6:30 with 2 young teams, Harlan County and Clay County. The Lady Black Bears are back in the region tournament for the first time in 3 seasons. Clay County was blown out by Harlan County at home to start the season. I was at that game, bad game, but are playing well right now, winning 8 of their last 9 games, including their overtime thriller against North Laurel in the 49th District Championship.
Clay County's always, you know, the tradition, they've been there, they're going to come to win, and, you know, our kids are hungry too, they want to get there and win. It's anybody's game, it's whoever's playing good at this point, so we're just excited to be there, and I'm glad we're playing on Tuesday, give us a little bit more time to prepare, and we just got to come to play.
Well, we knew we were going to get a tough draw with anybody we draw, and we've got a young team, and we've sort of struggled throughout the year, but we're playing pretty good basketball right now. And we started the season off with Harlan County, and they pretty much had their way with us, you know. But you know, we've improved since then, and I'm sure they have too. They're an excellent team. They're well coached. You know, Green's a heck of a player, but we're just tickled to be playing good and playing good as a team, and we're having fun, enjoying ourselves. So I don't think there's a lot of pressure on these kids, but they'll come out and they'll give a good effort.
All right, the final game of the first round from the arena at Corbin, the 51st District champs Pineville back in the region tournament for the first time in 6 seasons, and the 50th District runner-up, the Lady Cardinals of South Laurel. Troy Lee Thomas is in his first season with South and has his squad playing well heading into the tourney. These 2 teams did not play each other in the regular season, but Pineville head coach Jamie Mills said his small school is ready for the challenge.
Well, I'm glad we had that extra day of practice. You know, that's a big one. We've not played South Laurel this year, so, you know, as coaches will do, we'll be calling everybody trying to find a lot of information. But, you know, we're a big school. You know, we're proud. We're probably one of the smallest schools in the whole region. 250 students. We're always fighting the giants, but, you know, we're used to that. So we're just proud of getting there, and, you know, we want to represent our school and community well.
They're very good. They're playing very good basketball right now. You know, they've won probably about 8 or 9 ball games in a row, and they're very solid. I know they press a lot. I know they've got some really good guard play. So, you know, we'll have to really focus hard on them, and then, you know, then we got to focus on who we are too. At this point, you got to prepare who you're playing against, but you got to really focus on who you are and just trying to do the things that you've been doing really well. That happens a lot.
One final quick look at the girls' first round games for the 13th Region Tournament, again being played at the arena in Corbin Monday, February 29th. Corbin and North Laurel at 6:30, then followed by Harlan Independent and Knox Central at 8 o'clock. Tuesday, March 1st, Clay County and Harlan County at 6:30. Pineville, South Laurel at 8 o'clock. The semifinal games are set for Friday, 6:30 and 8, with the championship game scheduled for Saturday, March 5th at 7:30.
Wrapping up the girls' 13th Region preview with the rankings. Based solely on their overall records heading into the week, Harlan sits atop with a 24-4 overall record. Pineville and North Laurel right behind the Lady Dragons with 22 wins apiece on the season. Harlan County fourth with a 21-8 record. Corbin and Clay County sporting 16 wins on the season, while South Laurel with a 15-16 overall record, and the 51st District runner-ups Knox Central with a 9-15 record overall.
All right, guys, did you get all of that? I hope so, because we're just getting started. Up next, we're still in the 13th Region, but this time on the boys' side.
That's right. 5 of the 8 teams competing for the 13th Region crown are ranked in the Mountain Top 10.
You're excited for this tournament.
I'm so excited.
Somebody's got to win, and that tournament is going to be wild. We'll preview it next.
Picking up right where we left off, staying in the 13th Region, the boys' tournament being played at the arena as well.
That's right. The first round games tip off on Wednesday. Jamie, who's up first?
I don't know. Let's see. The first matchup. Oh, there it is. For the highly competitive 13th Region tourney, Knox Central and North Laurel. That's the game, the first game. Tip time set for 6 o'clock, 6:30 on Wednesday night, March 2nd. The Jags have been absent from the regional tournament the past few seasons, but happy to be back. Knox Central had a thrilling ride to the semifinals last season before falling to Clay County by 1 point. The Jags and the Panthers faced off back on February 19th. North won 81-68. Head coach of the Jags, Brad Sizemore, says his team is ready to make some noise at region. First-year head coach Tony Patterson on the other side knows North's athleticism will be very tough.
I mean, our kids are really excited to, come down here and play. Knox Central is going to be a really tough first game. I think at this point, it doesn't really matter who you draw or play. All the teams are good, and, we'll have to come out and be ready to go, try to get by that first game.
They're really athletic. They shoot it pretty good, and they really get after you, but the athleticism is going to be something you have to deal with every game, and they have a lot of it. We knew coming in a loser or a winner, it's going to be a tough matchup. All the teams here are great teams, and you're going to have to play really good basketball to win. First game to the last.
All right, the second game from the arena on Wednesday, the 52nd District runner-up Bell County and South Laurel. The Cardinals absent from the regional tournament the last few seasons as well, but back in this time as the 50th District champs. The Cards and the Bobcats played back in January at South Laurel. The Cardinals won a low-scoring game, 41-34. Head coach Jeff Davis says he's proud of how his team has competed all throughout the season. Lewis Morris, head coach of Bell County, says his Bobcats will have a lot to deal with in the paint with South's big man, Caleb Taylor.
We're playing well. I think our guys are excited to be back. We've had a great year, but we're still trying to reach our goal, and we got a tough matchup. So they're really well coached. They're disciplined. They're very patient and physical, and that's things that we're going to have to overcome.
Well, I mean, we knew we were going to get somebody good. I mean, the region's really pretty good this year. So South presents a lot of problems. They're huge. We got the big Taylor kid, and they got the Griffin kid that come in there. So, and their guards are really good. Shoot the ball well. Very good team. It's going to be a big task for us.
Night 2 of the boys tournament from the arena. Harlan County and Corbin tip off at 6:30 on Thursday, March 3rd. The two played each other back on January 11th in the Hometown Bank Classic. The Hounds edged the Black Bears by 2. This Mountain Top 10 matchup will feature a ton of talent at the guard position. Andrew Taylor from Corbin averaging 25 points per game, nearly 8 boards per game, and then the dual threat for HC, Cameron Carmichael and Trey Spurlock. Carmichael 17.5 points per game. Spurlock adding 15 a game and 6.5 rebounds.
They're well coached, number one. The two guards are excellent. I mean, they can do a whole lot of things and take over basketball games. And then what people call the role players or post players and some other kids, hard-nosed kids that understand their roles and do what Coach Jones wants them to do. So, again, it's a tall task for us.
we'll get in and start working on some things and see what we can do.
A wonderful team. We got a great coach, and Coach Petrowski has done an outstanding job through his years, and got a heck of a player in Andrew Taylor. But, you know, we can't focus just on Andrew. He's such a good player that he's going to get his, and we can't let the other kids beat us.
All right, more great guard play in the final game of the first round from the boys' 13th region tournament. The 49th district champs, Clay County, the Tigers, and 51st runner-up Barberville. Guard play for days in this one. Clay County's Blake Smith and Trey Farmer. Blake putting up 21 a game. Trey just less than 20 at 19.5 points per game. On the other side is the Barberville Tigers. Senior Brentley Perry putting up 22.4 points per game, and junior Markel Turner with 19.5 per game. First 1 to 100 wins? Yeah, maybe. These two teams did not play in the regular season.
Really, have my daughter go up there and just pick it. We really don't get into that. We know that, you know, anybody who play at this point is going to be well coached and be playing well. So we just take one game at a time. And Barberville, you know, we've not played them this year, so we're going to have to do some scrambling on getting some scout reports, and look forward to an exciting game.
I mean, we've not played Clay County this year, so you know we're kind of worried in a way. They're big, very athletic. You know, we just have to see what happens. We've not watched them play very many games. So, you know, probably one of the better draws we could ask for. So I'm pleased with that.
Alrighty, one last look at the first round matchups in the boys' 13th region from Corbin. Night 1, the Panthers and the Jaguars at 6:30, followed by South Laurel and Bell County at 8 o'clock. Day 2, Harlan County and Corbin at 6:30 p.m., followed by Clay County and Barberville at 8. The semifinal game set for Saturday afternoon. Semifinal 1 at 1 o'clock, then followed by semifinal 2 at 2:30 p.m. The boys' 13th region title will be crowned on Monday, March 7th. Game time set for 7:30 p.m.
Check out the 13th region rankings again based on the overall record this season. North Laurel and South Laurel both with 24 wins on the year, closely followed by Harlan County and Clay County with 23 wins. Corbin at 5th with 19-10 record overall, the 51st district champ, and runner-up at 6th and 7th with 16 wins and 14 wins, and Bell County with a 12-16 record. But honestly, with this regional tournament, these records don't matter. Anything can happen. It wouldn't surprise any of us if any of these teams got hot and won 3 straight games in Corbin this week.
So that wraps up our preview of the girls and boys 13th region tournament. Tell us what's up next.
Up next, we move east to the 14th region tournament.
We begin with the girls, hosted by Powell County High School. Here from 14th region girls coaches on their matchups next.
Welcome back now to the girls 14th region tournament.
Yes, all these games we played at Powell County High School, which was the host of the boys tournament last year.
That's right. Let's get to it. Tomorrow night, number 5, Knott Central and Leslie County get things started. The two faced off in what was the Lady Patriots' first road game back on December 5th. Knott lost by 8. But it finished regular season with an 8-game win streak. Leslie County head coach Mark Collett knows he's got more to defend than just Knott's good perimeter game with Kristen Waugh and Jada Higgins, while Jeff Honeycutt likes how his team is playing late because they were kind of rocky at the beginning of the year.
They're well balanced. They've got great guard play, but you know when you talk about Hollifield and Sloan inside, they can play as well too. Very physical around the basket. You got to limit their second chance opportunities. You got to not only focus on that perimeter defense that you have to play, but you got to be strong and you got to be alert on that post interior defense as well. So they've got a lot of things you have to work on. You have to defensively scheme for.
We're playing pretty good right now. Our season's been a roller coaster, kind of early, and we've kind of tightened things up here lately, and we've been playing good down the stretch. And you know, my girls respond well to the tournament atmosphere, and you know, we've got a tough game opening up, and hopefully we'll come ready to play.
All right, the second game of the night features Lee County and Breathitt County. Tip-off set for approximately 8 o'clock at Powell. The Lady Cats of Lee County lost both regular season meetings to Breathitt. Amy Brewer led the way in those games, 20 in the first game, 24 in the second game, while Ollie Bates combined for 26 rebounds in the two contests. Wallace Bates, well, he's just always fired up.
They got a very nice team, and I tell you what, Hannah Cash has dropped 36 on us one time and 38 the next. So apparently, you know, so we know right now they can score. Lee County's got great shooter. Everybody on the floor is a scorer. They, the one thing that we have had an advantage of is the height advantage. course, and down the stretch in that games. But those have been 2 close played games. So it's going to be an exciting game to watch. Well, I always say this, if either, the draw is what it is. You draw, you can't control that. You can only control what your team does. And I'm going to tell you, we're in it to win it. So no matter who you play, you got to bring it. I mean, it's 3 nights. It's all up to the kids at this point. Coaches, every coach here has worked their hind ends off to give their kids the best chance to be here. And it's just an honor to be here. But you have to be here. It's either show up or be here to win it. And I think you got to have that attitude. You come here to win it, no matter who you play.
Night 2 out at Powell County High School starts with Wolfe County and host Powell County. Wolfe has won 7 out of its last 8 games. That one loss was in the district championship game to Breathitt County by 10. The one time these two played in the regular season, it was just a 4-point game. Both coaches are very familiar with one another, and Powell head coach Ken Jones has seen a lot of the Lady Wolves despite only playing them one time this season.
Wolfe County's tough. I've seen them play about 4 times this year, and they're competitors. They really go hard. They've got several good players, and they'll give us all we can handle.
Well, we played Powell. They beat us here, and we get the home school, but they're a good team inside and out. And before I say anything, I'd like to make sure that the way our kids have played this month, we're worthy of being here. We may not be the best team in it, but I think we'll play hard.
And finally, the first round caps off with number 9 Perry Central and Jenkins. Hashtag Creech Watch alert. Winnie Creech came into Perry and dropped 64 the last time she played the Lady Doors. That's when she broke the 5,000 point barrier. And this will be her first ever region tournament along with a lot of the Lady Cavaliers. Meanwhile, Randy Napier's squad is on fire, winning 9 out of their last 10.
Well, facing Whitney Creech presents unusual problems that you can't prepare for. She's difficult. You can't get the ball out of her hands. She's just got a big motor. Everybody knows what she is. She's fun to watch unless you're playing against her, and she's just tough. Fortunately for us, we played real well against them last time, and we come out with a win, and we feel like that our team and our depth can make a big difference against them.
So let's recap that first round. Leslie County, Knott Central, game 1, Monday night at 6. Game 2, Lee County, Breathitt County, and then on night 2, to cap off the night, Tuesday night, Wolfe, Powell, Jenkins, Perry Central to cap off the night. This should be a fun tournament. Again, all of these games at Powell County High School. The semifinals will be Friday night, March 4th, and at 6 and 8, and then the championship Saturday night at 7. And as you see, the defending champs, Letcher Central, did not make it in this year, losing in the district tournament to Knott Central. The Lady Patriots trying to get to that Sweet 16 after losing in the region championship last year on their home court.
So here's how the 14th region girls stack up in the rankings record-wise. Knott Central is the top team with a region best 22-7 overall record. Breathitt County is second at 22-8. Leslie County went 18-8 in the regular season. Just one team, the Lee County Lady Cats, finished below 500 with a 12-14 record.
Coming up next on the show, you saw the girls.
Now we'll show you the boys. That's where I was at today for the final draw in the coverage area.
Yeah, hear from all 8 14th region coaches on their matchups next.
Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying the show so far. We go to where you were at today, Jamie. That is the boys' 14th region draw.
Yeah, and we're starting with a matchup that hasn't happened since December 1st of 2009. Yeah, seriously, Perry Central, Estill County.
Which I find crazy.
That is insane. The first game of the night starting Wednesday at Knott County Central High School. Number 3 Perry Central and 56th District runner-up Estill County. 6 o'clock tip time. The Commodores and Engineers haven't met in 7 years, as Jamie just said. Shannon Hoskins, John Bentley, take it away, coaches.
Well, we're confident in every game that we go into. If you're not, that's half the battle against you. But we'll watch some tape on them and get to know them a little better. I know Bonnie is a really good player, and I know they're young, but we'll get to know them a little better as time goes on. But, you can't. We've had situations this year where I felt like, as a coach, we did, and it didn't come out very well for us. So I think those experiences will help us out there.
Well, obviously we got a tough draw with drawing Perry County Central. They're probably the region favorite right now. And the coach there, Coach Shannon Hoskins, does an incredible job. He's one of the best coaches in the state of Kentucky, I think, in my opinion. And he's got he's got good players too on top of it. You know, so you know they've got 4 or 5 guys that can really shoot the ball, 4 starters that can shoot it. You know, and Tobler inside is just you know he's a real hard matchup, you know, one-on-one. But you know we'll get a game plan together, and hopefully we can give them our best punch on Wednesday night.
Second game of the night, number 1 on Wednesday night, features June Buchanan and Jackson City. Carmen backs Tigers coming off that big-time 55th District Championship win over Breathitt County. This will be Elisha Justice's first region tournament appearance as a head coach. Missed out in year 1. He is here in year 2 and excited for the opportunity.
I think at this point of the season, everybody's playing well. So, you know, everyone talks good draw, bad draw. You know, you're going to see 3 good teams, you know, and we got to be better in those 3 teams. That's the bottom line. Jackson City's playing really well right now. And, you know, like you said, got a big win over Breathitt in the district championship. So, you know, our guys are going to have to be ready to play.
June Buchanan's a very nice team. They've got a very good coach. We played them earlier in the year. I think they beat us 20 at their place. Tough matchup for us, but we'll give it our best shot.
Breathitt County and Powell County starts night number 2 Thursday night at KNOTT Central, 6 o'clock tip time. The Pirates coming out that 57th District Championship. This is Ryan Whitaker's 2nd season and his 2nd time coaching in the region tournament, while Breathitt County head coach Robert Amos will make his first appearance.
You know, I'm really happy with our draw. If there was a team I was, you know, looking forward to playing, it was definitely Breathitt County. I think we have a matchup with them. I think it'd be a very good first-round draw for us. And I like our entire bracket. We've not played Buckhorn, but on a neutral floor, I think anything's possible with them. And as you mentioned earlier, you know, the top part of the bracket is, you know, extremely heavy with favorites, and especially being in Knott County, the host school night, and anything's possible. So I'm definitely pretty happy with the way this turned out.
We're opposite Perry Central. They're obviously the best team, top 20 in the state. That's kind of what I wanted, and I wanted to avoid, you know, them as a winner. And then I'm glad I'm not playing Letcher Central because they've been playing very well here of late. But you know, there's no such thing as easy draw when it comes to tournament time here, and I'm just very fortunate to be in this thing.
All right, the final first-round game of the boys' 14th region tournament Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. The Buckhorn Wildcats, runner-up in the 54th district, and the Letcher County Central Cougars, champions of the 53rd district, will meet. Buckhorn right around the 500 mark on the year at 16-15. The Cougars at 21-9. The 2 teams have met twice already this season, each winning by 10 points over the other. Letcher Central won 61-51 in the Mountain Classic, and the Wildcats return the favor 64-54 in Whitesburg on January 19th.
Well, I mean, we'll take a look at both of them. I think at that time maybe they weren't playing as well. We was playing a little bit well, you know. And the second game, you know, they really came out and took it to us, and they've started playing well since. I kind of kid Coach Noble that we were the turnaround in their season. They've kind of been rolling ever since they came to our place and took it to us. So I mean, I think it's going to be a good game. You know, they've got Player of the Year. You know, Coach Noble's been one of the best coaches in our region for a long time. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game, I hope.
You know, it's a tough draw. Of course, at this point, there are no easy draws, but Letcher is a very good basketball team with one of the better players in the mountains, maybe even in the state, and one of the more underrated supporting cast. And personally, one of, I think, probably the best coaches in the state of Kentucky, and Robert Hammonds.
Quickly running down the boys' 14th region tournament, which will be played again at Knott County Central High School, night number 1 on Wednesday, March 2nd. 6 o'clock, Estill County will play the Perry County Central Commodores, and at 8 o'clock Tuesday night, the JBS Crusaders will play the Jackson City Tigers. The bottom bracket will be played on Thursday. Game 1 at 6. Breathitt County will play Powell County, and the final first-round game of the tournament on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Letcher County Central meets Buckhorn. There will be a new 14th region champion this year, with 4-time defending champion Knott County Central losing to JBS in the first round of the 53rd district tournament.
A couple of 20-win teams atop the field entering this week's region tournament. Perry Central leads the pack at 23-4. Letcher Central is 21-9. June Buchanan at 19-9. Breathitt County is 19-13. Buckhorn right above 500 at 16-15. Jackson City and Powell County with identical records at 14-15. And the Estill County Engineers enter the tournament with an 11-19 record.
All right, coming up, we continue our region pairing show, but we go to the Big Sandy area.
That's right. The girls' 15th region tournament preview is next.
And there's a big-time matchup to be played in the first round.
Welcome back to the 2016 Regional Pairing Show. So far, we've looked at regions 13 and 14.
So how about we look at the 15th now, and we start with, of course, the ladies.
Of course we start with them. The first game of the girls' 15th region tournament is set for Monday, February 29th at 6:30 p.m. at the East Kentucky Expo Center in Pikeville between MAGOFFIN County, champion of the 57th district, and Pikeville, runner-up in the 59th district. MAGOFFIN County enters the game with an 18-9 record and a winner of 3 straight games. Pikeville is 17-12 on the season, and prior to its district championship loss to Shelby Valley, had won 3 straight. The two teams have met this season. The Lady Hornets beat the Lady Panthers 65-58 back on February 1st in Salyersville.
The second game of the tournament, also on Monday the 29th, the rematch of a first-round game from last season. 58th District champion Prestonsburg will play 60th District runner-up Lawrence County at 8:15. The Lady Blackcats are 8-22 on the season, coming off their second straight district title. The Lady Bulldogs are 13-17 on the year. The two teams met way back on December 4th in Prestonsburg, with the Lady Blackcats winning by 11. But the two head coaches say little can be taken away from that game with how differently the teams are playing now.
We've grown, both of us have grown tremendously, leaps and bounds. I'm really impressed at the job she did with her team. I mean, she hung in there and battled, and I feel like my kids did the same thing. So it's two much improved basketball teams from what you saw earlier in the year.
Well, our youth early on killed us. We had multiple turnovers. We've cut those down. Our girls are growing up a little bit. So honestly, they played really well in the district tournament. I know we still struggled against Belfry, but our young girls have grown up a little bit, and that's helped us.
We were undefeated going into the district tournament, and we'll be undefeated going into the regional tournament. And that's kind of the sell we've had to make. And you know, we threw that record away and just focused on the precious present. That's what I've tried to get them to live up to.
In the bottom of the bracket, game number 1 on Tuesday, March 1st, the Belfry Lady Pirates, champions of the District 60, will meet the runners-up from the 58th District, Betsy Lane Lady Cats. The two teams met in Floyd County just a few weeks ago, with Betsy Lane pulling out the 43-39 win. Each team enters the game hovering around the 500 mark. Betsy Lane right at 500 at 15-15. The Lady Pirates at 12-13 on the year. Both head coaches feel like their teams match up very well with the first-round opponent.
But, you know, you still got to win. They're going to plan, we're going to plan. We're kind of even teams in terms of it's just, you know, who has that confidence, who go play.
I think the two teams are pretty evenly matched. We were lucky enough to come away with a 4-point win at home. I know Kevin Deskins really has a scrappy team. You know, we're just going to have to be prepared and you know, come out and hopefully we can get a victory.
I think we're kind of at a good place right now with how we're practicing, and really we've struggled a lot this year. I've kind of forgot when you have young girls how hard the process gets. But really, I've noticed a difference in their confidence and the way they're playing and kind of their focus and attention.
And finally, the marquee matchup of the first round of the girls' 15th region tournament, the 59th district champion Shelby Valley Lady Cats versus defending region champion 56th district runner-up Johnson Central. Shelby Valley enters the region tournament 25-3 on the season and has won 8 straight games and has not lost since falling to Owensboro Catholic in the second round of the All-A state tournament. The Lady Eagles are 18-11 on the year, and prior to losing to MAGOFFIN County in the 57th District Final, had won 9 of their previous 11 games. Shelby Valley won both regular season meetings, winning by 1 at home on December 14th and by 13 1 week later at Johnson Central.
They have a lot of quickness, and they're very athletic at the guard spots. And of course, they have a dominant post player as well. So they're a tough matchup for everybody. I mean, there's a reason why they've only lost 3 games this year. And, you know, we've played them before, and we felt like we gave the game away at Shelby Valley. Then we played them at our place back in December, and they beat us, I think, by 10 or 11. So, you know, we're familiar with each other. Rodney's familiar with me. I'm familiar with him. It should be a great basketball game, first round of the regional tournament.
Quickly recapping the girls' 15th region tournament. Again, it will be played at the East Kentucky Expo Center in Pikeville on Monday, February 29th. Game 1 at 6:30. MAGOFFIN County will play Pikeville, and following that game around 8:15, Prestonsburg meets Lawrence County. The second night, March 1st, first game at 6:30 has Belfry playing Betsy Lane in the final first round game of the tournament at 8:15 on Tuesday. the defending champion Johnson Central Lady Eagles meet up with the Lady Cats of Shelby Valley.
That one should be fun. Finishing up our look at the girls' 15th region tournament, here's how the teams stack up, going solely off of their record entering this week's first round. Shelby Valley in the top spot at 25-3. MAGOFFIN County's 18-9. Johnson Central 18-11. Pikeville is 17-12. Betsy Lane enters the tournament right at 500 at 15-15. Lawrence County, meanwhile, below 500 at 13-17. Belfry 12-13, and the Prestonsburg Lady Blackcats begin the region tournament play with a record of 8-22. Well, coming up, we continue our regional pairings show with more from Pikeville.
Yeah, the boys' 15th region tournament is next.
See the path for tournament favorite Lawrence County.
The boys' 15th region tournament is next here on the 2016 Regional Pairings Show.
The consensus is Lawrence County enters as the favorite, but it looks to be overall a pretty entertaining tournament.
Yes, it does. The tournament gets underway on Wednesday at 6:30 at the East Kentucky Expo Center. For the fourth time this season, Allen Central and Eastridge will meet on the hardwood. The Warriors, champions of the 59th District, enter with a 21-11 record and have won 8 straight games. The Rebels, runners-up in District 58, are 17-15 and have already beat Eastridge twice in the regular season. A 5-point win back on December 18th and a 1-point win on January 18th. However, the Warriors knocked off the Rebels by 11 in the first round of the Region All-A tournament on January 5th.
We're very similar teams. I mean, believe it or not, we play the same kind of style. They spread the floor and try to attack off the dribble, and they're very patient. They shoot the three really good. So it's in all 3 games have been great games. So we know it'll be another dogfight when we play in the region.
The other game in the top bracket at 8:15 p.m. on Tuesday, 4-time defending 15th region champion Johnson Central, also champion of the 57th district, meets up with the Belfry Pirates, runner-up from the 60th district. The Golden Eagles have won 5 of their last 6 games and are 18-12 on the year. Belfry is 12-17 on the season. Johnson Central won the only meeting between the two teams during the regular season, 92-73, back on January 8th in Pond Creek, when Mason Blair scored 30 of his 43 points in the first quarter.
Tommy always does a good job with that team. They're the 4-time defending champions, so they've been successful here in the region. We're just excited to be here. I think we're playing better basketball through the month of February, and we played them once this season, and during that season I had 2 starters who were out. So, I think we've got to do a good job on Blair and shut him down and establish our post game, and we'll be okay.
To the bottom bracket, game number 1 on Thursday, March 3rd at 6:30 features the South Floyd Raiders, champions of the 58th district, and the MAGOFFIN County Hornets, runners-up of the 57th district. South Floyd has won 3 straight entering region tournament play and is 17-12 overall. MAGOFFIN County 21-8 on the season and is 14-4 since the beginning of the calendar year. The two teams have met twice already this season, with the Hornets winning both meetings, 67-56 in Salyersville back in December and 66-59 on January 5th in Floyd County.
They're a real scrappy team, play hard. They got a kid back was hurt earlier in the year. They got him back. They got the Tackett kid, who I think is just a great player, real underrated player. Well coached. It'll be a tough fight for us.
I think we're ready to go. We've been gelling a little bit better here. We've had JR back for the last maybe 2 weeks and really starting to play together as a team, kind of finding out our own roles. We played MAGOFFIN County twice, and we didn't have JR or Brady in either one of those games. So hopefully that unknown factor might help us a little bit right there.
We're just going to play. I started freshmen, a couple sophomores. My juniors, we've not been here, but they've played a lot of basketball. I think you just got to play hard, play strong, do what you do. We're going to run, get up and press a little, shoot a lot of threes. That's what we do, and hopefully we can make a few shots.
All right, the final first round game of the boys' 15th region tournament has the 60th district champs, the Lawrence County Bulldogs, playing the Pikeville Panthers, runners-up of the 59th district. The Bulldogs are 26-4 in the season and have lost just twice since the start of January, losing to Perry Central in the Mountain Classic and to West Virginia Power Huntington High School up in West Virginia. Pikeville had its 6-game winning streak snapped in the district final by Eastridge and is 17-15 on the year. This will be the first meeting between the two this season, and both head coaches say they're ready to take on the court and themselves on Thursday.
I think our boys really have a laser focus right now. Our practice has been great. 6 seniors with a lot of experience going in. And like I said, this has been their goal since they were 5 years old. So we're trying to win this thing, get there, taking it one game at a time. They know what it takes to get there because we made it to the regional final last year, and they know how hard you're going to have to play if you do want to win.
But our mindset's good. You know, again, we overachieved a little bit to get that #1 seed in the 59th, and it paid off for us. And this week was tough on us. You know, anytime you get the #1 seed, there's a little bit of a letdown. We're playing great basketball and had a little bit of a letdown this week. Our practices weren't near as intense, but they'll be intense this week. So that's a good thing about it.
All right, one more time, a look at the boys' 15th region tournament schedule. The first round on Wednesday, March 2nd. Allen Central and Eastridge meet at 6:30 p.m. with 4-time defending tournament champion and Belfry playing the nightcap around 8:15 p.m. And in the bottom of the bracket on Thursday, March 3rd at 6:30 p.m., South Floyd and MAGOFFIN County get together, and at 8:15 p.m., Lawrence County meets up with Pikeville. Like the 15th region girls, the boys tournament will be played in Pikeville at the East Kentucky Expo Center.
Concluding our preview of the boys 15th region tournament, a rundown of the rankings based, as we mentioned, solely off the record 3 20-win teams playing in this week's tournament, with Lawrence County sitting atop the chart at 26-4, MAGOFFIN County 21-8, East Ridge right behind them at 21-11, Johnson Central 18-12, 3 teams with 17 wins, South Floyd at 17-12, and Pikeville and Allen Central each at 17-15, and Belfry a couple of games below 500 at 12-17.
I'm just hoping I can read a little bit better, just a little bit better. Regions 13 through 15 are in the books, but we still have more to come.
That was a solid sentence, Jamie. The
Thank you.
12th and the 16th regions are next.
One more block to go, and there are some intriguing matchups to get to.
I've been struggling. Welcome back. There are 2 more regions to get to as we begin to wind down our region pairing show.
First up is the 12th region, and we start with the girls.
The 12th region girls tournament will be played at Lincoln County High School beginning on Monday. The first game of the tournament is set for 6 o'clock, and it features the Wayne County Lady Cardinals, runners-up of District 48, and the champions of District 47, the Pulaski County Lady Maroons. Wayne County is 11-17 on the year, while Pulaski is 21-7. The Lady Maroons are 12-4 since the start of January, with those losses coming to Mercer County, Boyle County, and Southwestern twice. This will be the first time all season the Lady Cards and Lady Maroons have played one another.
Should be fun. How about this one? The second game in the top bracket features a pair of 20-win teams. 46th District runner-up East Jessamine and the 45th District champion Lincoln County. The Lady Jaguars have won 8 of their last 9 games and are currently 23-8 on the season. Prior to their district final loss to Mercer County, they had won 8 in a row since falling to Lincoln County by 3 on February 2nd. The Lady Patriots are 25-6 on the year and have won 4 straight since losing back-to-back games versus Mercer County and Danville.
All right, to the bottom bracket now. On Tuesday, March 1st at 6 o'clock, the Lady Rockets of Rockcastle County, runners-up of the 48th District, will play the Mercer County Lady Titans, champions of the 46th District. Rockcastle County enters the game a few games above 500 at 16-13, while the Titans have gone 8-1 in February, losing only to Southwestern in overtime, and are 26-5 overall. The first round meeting between the Lady Rockets and Titans will be the first meeting of the season between the 2 teams.
The final first round game of the girls 12th region tournament will be Tuesday at 7:45. The 45th District runners-up Danville, the Lady Admirals, and the 48th District champion Southwestern Lady Warriors. Danville right above 500 on the season at 16-15 and has lost 2 of its last 3 games. The Lady Warriors are 25-3 overall and are currently riding a 16-game winning streak entering the region tournament. Southwestern has not lost since January 4th when Boyle County beat them by 19 in Danville.
All right, so entering the 12th region tournament again, which will be played at Lincoln County High School this year. Here's how the teams stack up record-wise. Mercer County leads 5 teams with more than 20 wins at 26-5. Southwestern 25-3. Lincoln County at 25-6. East Jessamine at 23-8, and then Pulaski County is 21-7. Rockcastle 16-13 on the year. Danville is 16-15, and Wayne County under 500 entering tournament play at 11-17.
To the boys' side now of the 12th Region Tournament. All of these games we played at Pulaski County High School. The Southwestern Warriors and Lincoln County get things started off Wednesday, March 2nd at 6 o'clock. The Warriors and the Patriots played back on February 1st, and Steve Wright's squad came out with the win 67-59. The Warriors runner-up in the 48th District behind Wayne County.
Immediately following that game, Rockcastle County and the Mercer County Titans meet up. Game time set for 7:45. The Rockets finished district runner-up in the 47th behind Casey County. They have a tough draw in the opening round, taking on the high-powered offense of the Titans. Mercer County may not be in our coverage area, but there are a couple of ties to Eastern Kentucky. Former Lawrence County head coach is now the head coach over the Titans, Josh Cook, and former Sheldon Clark Cardinal Dylan James having another great season with Mercer County averaging 15.5 points per. Rock and Mercer played back in December. The Titans won that one big, 85-51.
Day 2 from the 12th Region Tournament. The 47th District champs Wayne County faces off with Boyle County out of the 45th District. The Cardinals are 18-10 on the season. Boyle is 14-11. These two teams did not play in the regular season. Wayne County knocked off Southwestern in the 47th District final last week by a score of 79-73.
The final opening round game for the boys 12th Region Tournament at 7:45 p.m. The West Jessamine Colts take on the 47th District champions, Casey County. West Jess finished runner-up in the 46th District Tournament behind Mercer County. The Colts and Rebels played once during the regular season, and West Jess won it 81-74.
Check out the overall ranking of the boys 12th Region, again based on the overall records. The team to beat in this tournament, Josh Cook and the Mercer County Titans. 30 wins on the season to only one loss, and that was to Lafayette back on February 6th. Southwestern second, 23-6 overall. Rockcastle and Lincoln both with 19 wins. Wayne County and West Jess with 18, and Boyle County and Casey County each with 14 wins apiece on the year.
We got one more region to get to, our final region tournament preview, the boys 16th region, which will be played at Morehead State University beginning on Wednesday, March 2nd. First game of the night at 6:30 has the Fairview Eagles, runners-up of the 64th District, versus the Elliott County Lions, champions of the 62nd District. Fairview is 10-19 on the year, Elliott County 19-7. The Lions knocked off 20-9 Morgan County in the first round of the 62nd District Tournament in Sandy Hook.
Easy for you to say, Jamie.
Yeah.
Game number 2 on Wednesday, the 61st District runners-up. Fleming County will play Lewis County, the champion from District 63. The Panthers enter the game at 6-23 on the year, while the Lions are 17-12. Lewis County won 2 of the 3 regular season meetings with Fleming, but the Panthers won the most recent matchup 54-51 back on February 9th.
The bottom bracket, Thursday, March 3rd at 6:30, arguably the biggest first-round game of the tournament. The West Carter Comets, runners-up from the 62nd District, versus Floyd County native Sean Thacker and his Rowan County Vikings, who enter as champions from the 61st. West Carter, 21-8 on the season, while Rowan County is 19-11. The Comets won both regular season meetings versus the Vikings, including a 1-point win in Morehead on January 25th.
All right, finally the final first-round game from the boys 16th Region Tournament on Thursday, March 3rd, 8 p.m. The sub-500 Raceland Rams, runners-up from the 63rd District, will play the 64th District champion Boyd County Lions. Raceland at 14-16 on the season. The Lions just shy of 20 wins. They are 19-12. The two teams have not played one another this season.
All right, here is what the teams look like entering the boys 16th Region Tournament, again to be played at Johnson Arena on the campus of Morehead State University beginning on Thursday. West Carter, the only 20-win team in the field at 21-8. Elliott County at 19-7. Rowan County is 19-11. Boyd County is 19-12. Lewis County enters at 17-12. Raceland is 14-16, and a couple of teams below the 500 mark. Fairview at 10-19, and Fleming County is 6-23 entering tournament play.
I will just say it's really disappointing not to see Jordan Perry and Morgan County in that tournament field.
Yeah.
That's really
He
upsetting.
made a crazy shot, though. That was a crazy shot. He made like a full-court shot. In that,
I guess if we're going to go out, there's a good shot to have in your final game as a high school player.
Right.
Well, that's all we got tonight. I hope you all are as excited as we are for this upcoming week. It's very, very busy, but you know what? there's absolutely nothing like it.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty jacked up. Busy week for all the teams involved. We'll be all over the place, the 13th through the 15th region tournaments.
All right.
Going to be wild.
Yeah. Yeah. If you missed anything from tonight, you can visit the sports page on WYMT.com for a complete list of all the tournament matchups, dates, times. But that's it for us tonight, though. Good night.
Yeah.